commission of AICT Training and Learning Academy sponsored offline faculty development program on information security management, a practical approach. We are delighted to have you all here today as we conclude this enriching program. To commence this special occasion, let's begin with our college anthem first. I invite everyone to rise for college anthem.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I welcome my dignitaries, Dr. Bernard sir, and Director Brother Shantila, my co-coordinators, and all my colleagues and all my dear participants. I welcome you all for the valedictory function of today's ATAL. This is the last day of our ATAL AICT sponsored FDT program on information security management as a practical approach. This is actually I'm really getting good feeling of gratitude and accomplishment that we have reached the 6th day successfully with all your support of all participants. I have seen your participation was immense and enthusiastically everyone with full energy. You covered that you were faculties, and as students I was observing everyone was keen to last moment of your exam, you appeared for the exam. The seriousness you were attempting, trying to attempt each and every question. It was really amazing to see all of you in that phase. So, first of all, I would thank you all the participants for having you all in my our FDP. So, in this 6 days program, I won't take much of your time. So, in this 6 days program, actually we had started with the first day with Day6 lectures, which in that he gave you the fundamentals of the security, and he tried to touch almost all things which you had been learning since all 6 days, but he has given you all the ideas on the first day, which was followed by hands-on, and then we had session from Krishna Kumar on industry practices, where we have got the ideas what industry standards and practices they are following or one should follow when we are aiming at information management security aspects. Then we had session from Ms. Lakshita Panchal on threats and the risks. So we have to be very proactive is what she has told us, and what are the challenges and the risks are there, and how what tools or techniques we can at least use or we should know. That she tried to touch upon in the very short session, but it was wonderfully made. And then next day, day two we had the sessions on operational security by Dr. Ramachandra sir, professor from Day6. I think it was also a wonderful session. He tried to touch on all the operational security aspects like the practices. I will day-to-day life we all use WhatsApp and so many other applications, but our own personal information, how sensitive it is, we all know that, and how we are careless or ignorant to that. But then how we can identify all those things, or how security is important in all those operational aspects is what being touched by and even explored by the Ramachandra sir in his session, which was followed by hands-on. Day 2 we had vulnerability assessment test, where all different weaknesses of the network or the personal systems, how to identify those vulnerabilities and how we can address it, was taken by Manali Shetty Madam from Father College. Day 3 was full of web application security, and I think the session was also along with theory, right from the fundamentals, right from the installation, the different tools you all have explored through the sessions of Mr. Sridhar Iyer, and I think that was also you all have cherished the sessions. Even though it was a full day on same topic, but all different tools and techniques he could guide you through entire day, and I have seen till 5:30 no one was like leaving. Everyone wanted to try on their own the tools and techniques we taught to you all. So that was also, day 3 was also successful. Day 4 we had organized the IB2 Digital Forensics, Director of Forensics Laboratory, that is in Situation Kalina, and I hope that was also a wonderful experience for all of us. All 14 different departments are there. Out of that, in a day we could manage to visit a few of the departments, and we had got very good insights how the real-time case studies are being handled at DFSL, and how we can approach them, and those all insights we have got from DFSL on day 4. Day 5 we had the session actually planned for research grants and funding opportunities by Dr. Farooq Qazi, but because of some unavoidable circumstances he could not make it, and he could not he could not avoid that situation. So on that, as per guidelines of AICT, actually we are supposed to organize these sessions either on NEP 2020 guidelines or on life skills or on grants. So to the best of our efforts we tried, so we kept the session on life skill by Mr. Deepak Pathak, who tried his best. On the short notice of time he accepted our invitation, and he could attend the gathering with his session on how to excel in your profession. So that was day 5, which was followed by full of hands-on and new aspects of application security, was conducted by Mr. Tanmay Dixit, having his own startup, that is Cyber Sanskar. And I think he could make all basic sanskars to all of us. Also he could deliver, and and I know we all can approach him. He was very approachable, and each and everyone he was actually interacting in person. So definitely it would be advantageous for each one of us, for our students and for our institutes also. So that was day 5, and day 6 is the today's day, where you all see that in the morning we had the session on identity and access management by Dr. Saurabh Patil. He was also from industry, that is Oracle. He was there in academics, so he knew the gap between academics and the industry, because he was the person involved in industry practices as well as in academics. So he was the right person in from, he know what faculties are looking at, and I think he tried to address in his session those aspects And yes, we are really fortunate to have Dr. Bernard with us with the cloud security. I know you all know, rather not only I, many of us know the sir's credentials in this data mining and security domain. So I really take this opportunity to thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation for SFIT for Valedictory and for taking this session. Sir is associated with us for many aspects of academic developments. He is in our CDC committee, college development committee. Sir is always there to guide our PhD students and PhD student selection committee. So many ways sir is associated and always giving us input for all our academics developments. So thank you, sir. And yes, definitely, all these 5 days we had 4 sessions of article discussion and FDP journal reflection. So that was also wonderful. The articles, I know one article was short, one article was too long, but all participants did wonderful job. They had been given some feedbacks to be written on all the articles. So article 1 was on information security risk and how top management will handle it. And article 2 was application of security, that is through blockchain, how we can address the maintain the healthcare information. So I think we made the teams and all teams were, even though teams had hardly few people, because few of them were few teams, not all. Few people could not join because of some other issues. So, but being 2 members in a team also, no one complained and they were positively doing the teamwork and they presented the task given to them for their articles. So thank you for all that, and I hope that was a summary from my side. And article discussion reports were submitted by everyone, timely feedbacks were submitted by everyone, and even the FDP journal, what learnings you had taken. So it's my just a humble request that you all were actually a serious participant. I was not a participant, I could not learn many things, I missed it. But I hope you all have learned and gained the things to take with you in your college, your departments, for your students. And I feel some of the learning outcomes you can make it reach to your students will be the achievement of this course. I hope there are some takeaways with you. And yes, definitely if you want to contribute something back to our institute, our student, your institute, your students, we are happy to have that collaboration also. So thank you all of you, and happy learning and the best future for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for encapsulating the essence of the program. Now I would like to call Director Brother Shantanu to address the gathering.
management. The first thing it came to my mind is why the security management required. I will ask you all why it is required. Are we insecure people? Yes? Why? I just would like to bring 3 incidents. My early childhood. The childhood is always to be naughty. And mainly I come from the village system, remote part of India, Chhattisgarh. The farmer class. And at home we used to cultivate a lot of groundnuts, usually. And the whole product is, once you take out from the field, it is given to the market, sell out, and what is required for us, that is for the next year, seed. So that particular seed, Mama used to hide and keep. That rats should not touch. You are the rats. So will not touch. Nicely piped in the sides, 2-3 layers. And that particular pipe was hanging from the beam. Me and my elder brother, what we used to do, we took the knife, cut small hole where my hand could go. My brother will take me on his shoulder, and then I will go and thoda we will take up. So every day little we are removing. So naturally the shape of the side started changing. Mama noticed that. She never asked me who is doing all this thing. So there is a thorny bush in there. You have observed, it is the thorny bush with the like brinjal comes, small deadly brinjals. And it's through thorn. So what she did, she cut the bush, dried it well, and where the hole was there, she put the thorny bush. Now there is a typical security type, but to get the robbers, because after getting thorny bush, they are getting that kind of pain. So putting water, all that, oil, all this thing not going. So finally क्या हो गया? कहीं हाथ लगाया था. The last mama asked, मूंगफली कैसे? So this is what exactly. I think we are also frightened in our so-called technology. We are frightened that our data or something should not go out of our hand. Second incident, I am just relating the story. I don't know whether you might have read the paper or not. It is maybe, probably you were maybe in engineering field or in the in 12. A great man, ordinary man. He was residing in Noida, and he used to do not simple things or luxurious things, and he used to groom the single man. Or if you enter in this room, you will get the best of things. He used to manage things to take away with one screwdriver. And he will target only the areas where the upper high class people are there, where they are standing. And in front of you, them he was robbing. So now I would like to ask you, where our security is there? See, the mind we are going beyond, but one simple man, ordinary man, managing with the screwdriver to start a car, sophisticated cars, open the locks, so security, my security, your security, and anything of their security. The last thing, I have my little boyfriend, boy and girlfriend both. There's my friends, 2 children were there, one was a boy and girl. And I was posted in Mathura. And these children were so much attached till today. And when they reached 12, his papa told me, brother, you are spoiling our children. They are not studying. Then the girl came and told me. She told me, all through morning till evening we are with them, heavy bags. And when we come back, no little relaxation. Then she asked me, you ask the papa what he wants from us. Pass. With good marks, the children should pass. Again she sent me back, again she told, what is the percentage we should score? Upward was at least 95. Girls score 98.3 and boys scored 98. The condition was there. The day result comes, we need a car. They put a condition. Then I told that parent, this is the condition. Papa was very clever because these are school going children. They will not use ultimate the house as to he said, brother, dad. When bought a car, and then finally what they told, what we are going to become. So today both of them are doctors, BDS, both of them BDS. One is in HP, one is in Mathura, boy is in Mathura. So the boy asked me, one day I forgot my email password. Then I approached him, I am not able to open my email. Then he said, brother, ये तो 2 मिनट का खेल है. He says, 2 मिनट का खेल है. Then he says, can you open it? Within 2 minutes. says, any tough password you will put in your email. I will manage this. So, how far we are, I'm afraid, subject only. So, is it really going to help us? How far it is? Generally, in today's world, we require security. The more the knowledge we are growing, the more the technology we are improving, and this is the result we need to do is to be secure of yourself, to be secure of the many other things. So, I know you had a panel of experts to relate the subject, and they might have dealt in depth. I hope it will be useful for you and for your students. I wish to thank all of you. I wish to thank Dr. Barnard, Kavita ma'am, and the team. Only my last prayer is the knowledge what you have inherited, what you have gained during this 5 days or 6 days. Don't keep in the pocket. Deliver them freely to your students, to your colleagues, and whoever needs the knowledge to be shared, you become a richer. So with this few thought of my sharing, I conclude. God bless you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, brother, for sharing your thoughts. Now, I would like to request brother to felicitate today's chief guest, Dr. Bernard Menzies, with a memento. We are honored to have with us today Dr. Bernard Menzies, Professor IT and Senior Researcher in Security Domain. As our chief guest, I would like to invite Dr. Menzies to share his insights and thoughts with us.
So you're probably feeling tired now, and this is the last day and the last hour of this thing. Respected Brother Shantilal, and the other faculty members in the dais and those outside. I see most of you are faculty, right? just a few thoughts, as you know, I've been in this area now since, so a little bit of my background. I started off at IIT Bombay as a student in 1975, and in those days the BTech program was 5 years. So we really struggled out with the computer science department. I was in electrical engineering, one of the best in the country. I was hoping I would get IIT Bombay because I'm from Bombay, and I didn't want to go to another city. Fortunately, I got IIT Bombay, and I spent 5 grueling years, maybe. You know how the entrance exam is and was. And then I left for the US with my master's, PhD, and I was a prof over there for 16 years or so. And then came back to India, and so I've been through a long journey. And just to summarize this journey through so many different universities, I actually was like you are, faculty member in Bombay University at Father Engineering, and Father Agnew and Bangalore for a few years. And then I joined IIT, and I've been with IIT for 25 years, and I have just retired in June actually. So I've been through a very, very long journey of teaching people from different countries, different races, different religions, different nationalities. When I was a professor at Maryland, in my department there were 60 faculty, and there was from 20 different countries. It was 20 different countries. So when I gave the presentation, I had 3 languages. We had like 20 languages out there. You could hear people speaking Arabic and someone else speaking Vietnamese and whatnot. So it was really, really very, very multicultural, and we learned a lot from the faculty and from the students also. And as I said, I've been through all these. I was also, by the way, at the University of New Mexico. I don't know how many of you know where's New Mexico. Which country is it in? Which country? Sorry. Yeah, Albuquerque is the main city out there. It's not the capital, but it's the main city. And I was in actually the city of Albuquerque for 2 years. And that's about 1 mile above sea level. So it's quite a cool place. It's south of Denver. It's part of the US actually. And I spent 2 years out there, and once again, another bunch of, so I've been to about 5 different universities and lots of experiences along the way with students and guiding more than 100 students, masters, PhDs, and so on and so forth. And now I feel like I deserve to retire. So maybe some of you are hoping for that day also. So just waiting to come at some point. Now, as far as the security is concerned, since we are here for a workshop or training program on security, I actually started teaching. I was in parallel computing and computer architecture in my younger days. And then since 2022, I guess, like 2002, I started teaching security. So IIT Bombay, we didn't have a security course actually. So they said, can you look at e-commerce? So I started with that, and I found that e-commerce had 2 major components: web technologies and security. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll just take a look at it. And they said, why don't you teach a half course based on security, so that at least we have a security course in this history. So I did teach a half course in security, and the half course became a full course because the students said there's too much material in half course. So it became a full course. And then there was too much material in that one course, so people said, can you have 2 courses? So then we had 2 courses. We had basic security and we had advanced security. And now I have this opportunity to see how this thing has changed. What exactly happened in 2002 and what happens now if I teach and I just taught security over a year ago. Both the basic course and the advanced course. And the question is, how is it in 20 years? How much has changed in 20 years? And the answer is absolutely very, very much. Now, how many of you teach databases in this room? 1, 2, how many years have you been teaching them? 20 years. Very, very good. So do you see it changing a great deal over time, databases? What are some of the topics that you teach now that you didn't teach 20 years ago? That's the question I ask because I like to be on top of, when I'm talking to my students, I would like to tell them some of the latest things that happen. So I actually taught databases last semester, my last semester in IIT Bombay, and I taught it 30 years ago. So was it very new? What do you think? In 20 years did it change a great deal? Do you also need security? So the thing that I noticed is that, most of you have taken it right as a student, database course, so you have things like concurrency control I'd like to tell students what is new in databases. So I didn't do a very good job of it because I was trying to revise whatever I did 30 years ago. And some of the things that when you can guess what is new in databases, if you will teach that course. But see, the thing is, before you get into a class of, nowadays it's 200 students. 200 students of the best students in the country. You all pass the JE, and out of the top 180 come by any market. So you cannot make one mistake when you're teaching anything. They are so sharp, they will pounce on you like this immediately. So when you teach the database, then you know this is all old-fashioned, we will cover something new. So before they ask you that question, you try to learn something new. And something new is Hadoop. Have you heard of Hadoop? Okay. Have you heard of MapReduce? So these are some new things that you can at least introduce and not appear like you're a very old man in those kind of courses. Now, come back to security. What has changed since 2002 when I introduced those basic courses and advanced courses in security? Well, I can say a lot has changed. Things that I had never dreamed of in 2002 are now here. And as I said, students want to learn and you know the latest. So they will ask you for the latest. Yeah, in terms of malware detection, there are static techniques and dynamic techniques and behavioral based malware detection. In cryptography, I just mentioned homomorphic encryption and multi-party computation. These are all new topics. So you have to kind of, at some point when you're teaching these things, at least have some insight into what's going on. Then of course there's blockchains, there are new hash functions, there is all this post-quantum cryptography. You must have heard of quantum computing. And when that becomes a reality, believe it or not, all that we've been teaching will become obsolete. RSA will become obsolete. And encryption schemes based on discrete algorithm will become obsolete. So if you were to teach this course 10 years from now, you're going to say, well, this is all obsolete, not going to talk about it. Talk about NWA schemes and so on. Are we prepared for that point in time? Are we prepared for the next 5 years? Most of you are still going to be teaching 5 years, 10 years down the line. You're not going to retire. So it's not like I see you're very young compared to me. So the thing is, one of the big challenges about security is just keeping up to speed with the latest that is going on. I find that extremely challenging to just keep abreast of all the latest technologies. As I said, blockchains, homomorphic encryption, new cryptographic hash functions, IoT worms, what are these? IoT devices are connected to every other IoT device in the home. You can have them connected to your car, connected to your microwave oven, and so on. And what if there's a worm unleashed in one of those things? Your car will have a different direction or go and hit something more or whatever, So there are very dangerous things coming up. And it's important to, I think, keep in touch with some of these botnets, for example. So along the way, I've had to keep learning new things. And another thing I'd like to mention is also have partnerships with your students. You can't learn everything, right? It's just really impossible to pick up and be an expert on everything. So what I do is I have my students helping me out. Like for example, if I know STX has come out, there's going to be one student in that class of 70 or 80 whatever it is that's going to be very interested in STX. There's going to be definitely one who's interested, or you can make them interested. They've got the ability to go deeper into it and learn about it, and then go to the chain of this. They will come and teach you, and you have to be humble and you have to be open-minded to listen to what they're saying. And it will benefit not only them, it will benefit you also. Because next time you go to class, you can talk about some of those new things and get more students to help with secure enclaves or one of these other topics. So along the way, I've had wonderful students giving presentations in my course on things like secure group communications. They each have a cell phone, and through the cell phone, they're having extremely encrypted communications because we're using modern algorithms to do that. It is a very, very wonderful presentations. They struggled through a full semester to do this. Not to speak of the students who do master's projects. I had, for example, a student working on browser security. Now, wait a second, do I do anything about it? Can I talk intelligently about this thing in front of you for 15 minutes? No, not browser security. I can talk about web security, but not browser security. This boy, he came from a small college in Kerala, and from the age of about 14 or so, he got interested in web security. He learned so much about web security, all these web attacks and so on and so forth. British college website, all these web security attacks, and but also works internally, and how you create extensions. Everybody has used extensions to browsers. So he created a software that actually classifies extensions as malicious or benign. And it was fantastic. He got a prize from our department for it. And I deliberately invited him to examine how he was very well known in the area of security. He was absolutely shocked to see the student's presentation on what he done with browser security. And this guy designed the software to be actually able to detect whether an extension that you install is malicious or benign. And he actually took from that Google store, he took our extensions and he called a Google and told them, look, some of the extensions from your store are actually suspicious. And Google actually took them down and stopped using them, stopped advertising them. So this guy was so good. What I'm trying to tell you is that in your class, if you look carefully and you spend the time to do this, look carefully, you will certainly find at least 1 or 2 or 3 good students every year. Try to get them to work with you in a kind of partnership where you benefit, they benefit, and the institute benefits. Okay, so this is one thing. As I said, another thing is you have to keep learning all the time. And learning with these partnerships is very good. Another thing is you might notice that this field is extremely interdisciplinary. I mean, you've got elements of databases, you've got elements of number theory, you've got elements of discrete mathematics, of AI, and ML, and system security, for example, so architecture and operating systems. All of this is a very big thali with so many different ingredients out there. Another big challenge for me. When I do side chain attacks, I should know about the Linux scheduler and different features of the Linux scheduler, which I never would have done otherwise, except that I had to do this project on side chain attacks for AES. So there is AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, and where is the Linux scheduler? So what are we talking about? Very, very different things about this. Also, when you do post-quantum cryptography, you suddenly encounter quantum computing, you will encounter a lot of linear algebra, linear optimization, and stuff like that. So these are some of the challenges. And then last but not least, keep in touch with the literature. That is something very important. Whatever is your interest, if you're interested in quantum computing or so on, try to get some decent, at least magazines, if not journals. If not conference proceedings, at least magazines. Those are light reading in general. If you want to give you the names, you can learn some of these magazines. And try and read them and keep abreast of them. Another thing you can do is just advertise some of these topics to your students for seminars. So your students will do the work of reading some of those papers now, but you moderate all that. And that's another way for you to learn and keep abreast with the latest. It is extremely important to be able to go with the flow, so to speak. Don't think that I learned something 10 years ago and I'm not after that. Nonsense. You keep learning, and that is what the government has made available. These kinds of short-term programs, so you will be exposed to the latest, the newest of things around the place. Okay, so I guess with that, I am through. I wish you all the very best in your future, in your career, and God bless.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insight and inspiring words. Now, it's time to listen to participants directly. If any of the participants would like to share your thoughts and experiences from this program, the stage is yours. If anyone is interested, please come forward to share your views.
Hello everyone. Myself, Dr. Ashish Unmai from India College. Firstly, I would like to congratulate the team of Kavita ma'am, who has done an excellent job organizing this FDP for last 6 days. It has been really a wonderful experience attending the offline FDP after so many years. We call them refresher course. There is reason for that, right? Because you get to meet a lot of people. There will be times where you have a lot of jokes, discussions, and you refresh yourself from the regular activities of your college. But at the same time, you are also learning new things. And this FDP actually has proven both. We got a lot of learnings, as well as it has been refreshing, because there are a lot of things that we have done, including the IB. where there was a lot of things where we can interact with each other, we can make new friends, and also on top of that there was a good quality knowledge that was provided to us. Okay, and also apart from that, there was a good hospitality by the institute. So also thanks for that. Only one small request. Please try to keep the session up to 5 o'clock. We have people like me who have to catch, we are locals. So if you can just bring it down to 5 o'clock before that, that will be really good for us. Okay, and we hope that you will also organize few more activities like this, and you will again participate in that. Have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other participants?
On the dais, the organizing team of the FTP, and all my FTP colleagues. Myself, Mrs. Namrata Kuttadi from Sri L.R. Tiwari College of Engineering. Honored to share my thoughts and feedback about the FTP that we got privilege to attend. So, the success of any institution lies in the continuous development and updation of the faculties. And I think this program has made a significant impact on our professional learning. So first of all, I want to express my gratitude to the organizers for putting together such a well-structured and engaging activity. The meticulous planning and thoughtful execution of the program have reflected the dedication of the organizing team for our professional growth. The selection of the topics throughout the FTP around the central theme of information security has tried to cover a 360-degree view of the topic. The eminent speakers with their high expertise in their field have enriched us with their knowledge and practical skills. And last but not the least, on behalf of all the participants, I am grateful for the organizing team that they have taken very good care of our food, the timely breakfast, lunch and tea and biscuits and all. So as sir said, it was along with the learning, it was really a refresher course for us. We all have, this week we have spent in a relaxed way along with our learnings. So thank you everyone involved in making this program a success. And I look forward to implement what I have learned in these 6 days and contribute to the continuous success of our academic community. Thank you.
Respected debaters on dais and my dear friends, it's already 4:50. Okay, otherwise in 10 minutes Ashish sir will not be able to get into train. So better I will wind up fast. So in this FTP we learned a lot, especially in the hands-on session by various resource persons. Through that they have demonstrated various tools which at least I was not aware of. So these tools actually we can be able to show the students in the lab and actually we can implement those. And the other sessions were also very interesting. We could get some new areas for research today, as Bernard sir said. I didn't know that you send a query in the form of encryption to an encrypted database and try to get the answer. So, and even in digital forensic, so those areas we can target and try to do some research on those areas. So we could get some new domains in this FTP. And of course, this program is sponsored by ATAL, so we'd like to thank the government. They are spending so much on various ATAL programs across the country, training the faculty members in the new domains. And we got the opportunity through the computer department to this program, and we all know Dr. Kavita and her team has spent a lot of time, energy to organize this, get good speakers from industry and academia, so I congratulate them and also thank everyone for attending this and giving us this opportunity to attend the FTP. Thank you.
is that I have started feeling insecure right from the day one, like, the way it got exploded and like each day unfolding, I was little more insecure. But finally, like, as brother rightly said, like we started on the right note on the first day. I entered St. Francis and I didn't knew that this is such a beautiful institution. I must tell you, I am an alumni of St. Francis. My schooling was in St. Francis, so I never came to this place. So for me, this 6 days has been highly fruitful. On the outset, like the security landscape, followed by the best practices, followed by the industry and the evolving threats. It was quite interesting to hear to all the speakers who were very knowledgeable and experts in their own way. The tools, technologies and the practices that I have learned, I think, like, such a kind of a package within 6 days is something which I have not experienced in the latest, like, last 2-3 years. I have not experienced. So I'm thankful and grateful and with a lot of gratitude to all the speakers who have been, like, had a very overwhelming kind of an response in educating all of us. So they have never been, like, they had, I would say that some of the speakers were over enthusiastic, they were enthusiastic more than the participants. So that has left us, like, with a edible mark, and I must thank the organizers on behalf of, like, my college. I thank Kavita ma'am and her team. And I believe, like, looking at the way, like, this entire team was working, I saw a lot of, like, consensus amongst them, and the way, like, the entire program was driven. I have all for them. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks. Thank you.
Good evening, all the dignitaries on the dais and all my ATAL friends. So it was really very nice journey throughout the 6 days. I am especially very much thankful to SFIT and all organizing committee members. So I take specially names Dr. Jalika ma'am, Priya ma'am, Sneha ma'am and Pradya ma'am. So I have seen a lot of efforts they have taken for this successful workshop, because each and every session, whatever they have attained, included, it has given justice to the topic of the ATAL. And as we have the cyber security department in our college, so really it is very helpful for us. And last semester I took subject cyber security risk management. So whatever the different tools that NASA's tool they have taught to us, definitely it is helpful for us. So thank you very much for such a wonderful package of theoretical as well as the practical knowledge. So thank you.
Thank you all for sharing your thoughts and experiences. Your feedback is invaluable. Now, to express our gratitude and appreciation, I would like to call upon Ms. Neha to deliver a vote of thanks.
On behalf of the entire organizing committee of this AICTE-sponsored ATAL FTP, titled Information Security Management, a Practical Approach, organized by Department of Computer Engineering SFIT, I deem it a great honor and privilege to stand before you to deliver this vote of thanks. This event has been a remarkable journey of learning, collaboration and growth. First and foremost, I thank ATAL Academy to give us the opportunity to organize this particular FTP by Department of Computer Engineering, SFIT. I extend my thanks to our Chief Guest, Dr. Bernard Sir, for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. He has also been an invaluable resource person on this last day, sharing his expertise on the topic of cloud security. I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Lalita Sononi ma'am
Your unwavering support and commitment to academic excellence have been instrumental in shaping the success of this initiative. I would like to also express my gratitude to our principal, Dr. Cincy George Ma'am, whose constant encouragement and guidance have been pivotal in making this faculty development program a reality. Her dedication for fostering an environment of learning has truly made a difference. A special thanks to our Director Shantira, whose valuable insights and leadership have been the driving force behind the success of this program. This vision for educational development has inspired us all and will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact. I also thanks to our Deputy Director, Brother Joy Kurian, for his blessings for this program. I express my sincere thanks to our Vice Principal, Dr. Gautam Shah sir, all Deans and HODs for giving us a moral support. I express my sincere thanks to all the resource persons for their valuable time and sharing the knowledge with us. I also would like to thank my colleague and co-coordinator, Ms. Priya Karunakaran, for being there always and helping with all the documentation part. Thank you, Priya, for the same. I thank the entire organizing team and the lab assistant for their valuable support. Last but not the least, I want to express my heartfelt thanks to all the participants. Your active participation, enthusiasm and commitment to professional development have made this program not just a series of sessions, but a collaborative and enriching experience. And thanks for your valuable feedback as well. It motivates us really to proceed further for arranging such programs later. As we conclude this faculty development program, let us carry forward the knowledge and skills gained over the 6 days into our academic endeavors. Together, we have not only enhanced our individual capabilities, but also contributed to the collective growth of our academic community. Thank you once again to everyone who played a role in making this program a success. May the spirit of learning and collaboration continue to thrive within our academic institution. Thank you, all of you, and have a wonderful year ahead. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Sneha ma'am, for acknowledging and appreciating the contribution of everyone involved in making of this program success. As we come to the end of this valedictory function, let us all rise once again for national anthem. Your active participation and enthusiasm have contributed to the success of this program. As you live today, may the connections made and the lesson learned serve as a seed for growth in your professional journey. We encourage you to stay connected, share your experiences and continue the conversation initiated during this program. Let this FDP be stepping stone for further collaboration and exploration. Wishing you all continued success and fulfillment in your academic and professional pursuit. Thank you once again and have a great weekend.